Hello everybody, I'm back with another video and it's been a minute. Things have been a little crazy, but welcome back. My name is Erin and thank you so much for being here and watching my videos or finding my channel. I got married, which is crazy, and it was amazing. We got married September 20th, and I shared in my last video some of the preparations. I was doing a lot of DIY. In fact, most of the wedding was DIY. So I'll share a few clips of how everything turned out. It was perfect. I couldn't imagine it any better. And it was wonderful, and I'm really, really happy. And we did a little honeymoon to the Adirondack mountain region. We just stayed for a few days and did like a day on the canoe, and then it rained and we spent a day in the museum that's there. And the cabin we stayed in, we found this like really beautiful cabin. It was really cool, and the decor was just like stunning, right on a lake. But I'm back and I have a lot to update you on. First thing is that I had the goal of finishing that like fisherman sweater before the wedding, like finishing it by the wedding so that I could wear it that night and also have it for the honeymoon. And when I tell you that this was like the craziest, so basically, while we were getting ready, we were in the bridal suite, we're like, everybody's getting ready, and Kim and I are knitting, and I'm knitting on this sweater, and I literally had like, I think, also I'm sorry, there's a lot of traffic, so you may hear a lot of traffic sounds, just bear with me. I had like this much, just like the ribbing on the last sleeve left to do, and then weaving in the ends, and I was done with the sweater. And I was working on it, and then we were like waiting to literally go to the ceremony, and just in my anxiousness I was like knitting while we were waiting, and I got to the point where I was like 6 total rows away from being completely done on this sweater. And Kim was like, do you want me to work on it a little bit? Like, I'm happy to help so you can like do other things if there's stuff you need to do. And so she like started doing a few rows, and we were so close. And then the obviously it was time to go to the wedding, and that was more important. So we, the wedding happened, and at the reception, I was obviously dancing. I was having a lot of fun. And I had looked over at one of the tables, and Kim was knitting the rest of the sleeve of my sweater, and she finished it for me. And she wove in all my ends, and when I tell you that I cried, I literally, the next day, just like reflecting on it, I was just so overflowing with like love and gratitude and having all my friends and loved ones around. And like for her to do that was like so thoughtful, because I was really, really hoping to have it for the honeymoon so we could have it in the mountains while I was camping. And I just thought that was like the kindest thing. And now this sweater has little bits of both of us, and I just think that's so special. But this sweater is my favorite thing that I've made so far. I have been wearing it like all the time, almost every day. In fact, I wore it at a bonfire the other night, and it smells like smoke. It's kind of nice. I used the petite knit, the Olga sweater, as the base, mostly just for stitch count. And it's gonna look crazy because my sleeves inside are rolling up, but it's the Olga sweater pattern, Instead of doing stripes, I just did a solid color, obviously. Drop shoulder. The modifications that I made were obviously just the hem. So the neckline, the sleeves, and the end of the body all have this this 2x2 rib. I didn't do as many decreases as well because I wanted it to be kind of a wider sleeve. You'll see here. A 2x2 rib, and then I did 4 rows of stockinette so that it's a rolled edge. The yarn is sorry. The yarn is Orchard View Lincoln Long Wools. It's a marl yarn, which I love so much. It's so comfortable, and when I was knitting with it, it's like a little bit rustic, so it was a little scratchy, but the way that it's blocked out, it's softened up a lot. And the fibers, like the halo that was happening, kind of toned down a little bit, but just kind of made it more of a soft, cozy sweater. And I love it so much. And I've been dressing it up and dressing it down. Wearing it with like a collared shirt underneath and that hangs out the bottom, or over dresses or skirts. I love it so much. I'm so happy that it's done. Yeah. And Kim is a sweet angel, and I'm really grateful for her. Next, I have been, like, all of the projects I've been working on, I've been doing like little bits on a bunch of different things, not entirely working on one project. So I'll show you some of those. They're kind of all over the place, so I'm gonna do my best. But I'm still working on this. It's the October sweater. I think I'm doing entirely petite knit patterns right now, which is pretty crazy. Except for the Northern Augustans, which I'll share in a minute. But this is the October sweater. I completely unraveled the neck that I had finished in the last few videos. It just was too wide and I wanted to tighten it up a little bit. So I unraveled it and I'm re-knitting it. The light blue is Brooklyn Tweed Dapple. And then the green is, I think it's Sweetgrass Farms. And it's silk, Shetland, and merino blend. Yeah, I love this. And I'm really excited about these colors. I feel like it's a little bit out there, but I love it a lot. I'm gonna do the neckline, obviously. And then any like ribbed hem is gonna be with this blue. I'm debating if I do like one thin stripe on the sweater itself, like do a thin stripe of blue, then green, and then the ribbing. Just giving it a little like sporty look, but we'll see. I have a swatch here that I made. So like this would be kind of like, whoop, like before the hem, it would have like a little stripe. And I did it with this brown too, which I do really like, but I don't know. I just wanted to keep it simple. Maybe I'll do like a little, I don't know. I might just keep it simple this time. So that is that. I'm happy that I am redoing the neckline because I think that when I have the finished product, I'll be much happier with it. The next thing that I finally picked back up is my Maggie cardigan. Again, petite knit. It's all tangled. But this, I picked this up again after months of it sitting. This sleeve has been done. I got about this far on this sleeve. I just have a little bit more to go. And then I think I'm going to do, if you remember, I've shared about this project a few times, but I did not buy enough yarn to do like a full, I would like to have done full long sleeves. These are more 3/4, and then like a full body, but I am planning to do as much as I can on the body, and then I'm gonna do ribbing for the neckline, and then I think instead of doing a button band, I might do like ties. Depends how much yarn I have left and how much of the body I'm able to do, I guess. But I thought like a nice tie front top would be cute. And this is one that look at how it glows in the sun. This is my Rhinebeck, one of my Rhinebeck yarns from last year, and I love it a lot. The reason I put it in timeout was because it's a mohair and merino blend. It's hard to see, but like there's so much fuzz on here that when I knit with it, it just sheds everywhere, and I get pieces in my eye. There's pieces in my drink or my food if I'm eating. I'm covered in little orange bits. So I set it aside for a bit, worked on some other stuff, and now I'm back at it to see if I can finish it at some point. So I'm working on that. I also made a bit of progress on my Marseille sweater. It's just a big roll right now, but I finished the back piece. It's a rectangle, but it's the back panel. Next, I think I do the shoulders and then the front and then connect them. So that's going well. I'm having this itch to cast on another project, but I think I need to pump the brakes a little bit because we're going to Rhinebeck tomorrow, which is so exciting. And I think I need to just like not cast anything on, work on what I have, and I know that I'm gonna get yarn and want to swatch that or cast something on or something. So I'm resisting the temptation to cast something on. But the final thing that I've been working on is, I think that's the final thing. This is like a big one, and I want to wear this sweater for Rhinebeck, so I'm gonna see if I can do this on the drive there. I started to take apart the neck of my Northern Augustins. It's just too like stretchy. It's too much, and when I wear it, it bunches weird, and I just need to do something about it, otherwise I won't wear it. And I put all of this work in for this beautiful sweater, and I'm going to wear it. So I started to unravel it, and it's going well so far. I'm there about like a third of the way through just kind of unsewing it down, and then I'm gonna unravel it, and I am gonna go down 2 needle sizes from what it calls for, and just do like a simple folded over rib neckline, a little bit smaller. Hopefully it tightens it up a little bit, and we'll see. I hope it works out. But I felt brave last night, and I really want to wear this sweater. So we're gonna see what happens and go from there. Hope for the best. But that's my updates on all my projects right now. Like I said, we're leaving tomorrow. I'm going with Kim and our friend Ellie, and I really hope to share most of our experience and our trip with you guys. I'll make a video probably next week or so. Maybe we'll make one this weekend so that I can edit and post it next week. But I have a few goals in mind, similar to what I talked about in my last video. I really want to make the Portobello sweater. It's Coco Amore knits. The yarn that I have could work for it. I think I talked about a few different options of yarn that I have. The closest one would be the Harrisville Designs cone that I have, which is this one. But I think I want to make something else with this. I'm not sure what yet. I was thinking about a waffle loop cardigan. Like I know I made the cardigan already, but I was thinking about the waffle loop sweater. Just making like a lighter weight waffle sweater in a neutral color. I thought might be nice, like something I'll get a lot of wear out of. I might keep an eye out though, because if I find something that might work better, I might do that. I also really want to do the everyday loop. I think it's a blouse, maybe, by Other Loops. So I'm keeping an eye out. I really love the darker gray yarn in the photo, which I'll share here. And I want to keep an eye out for something like that. I also have a few photos saved on my Pinterest, which I'll share here too, of this like moss kind of inspired yarns that I really am kind of obsessed with. And I feel like if I were to find something like a hand spun yarn or the jewel spun yarns that look kind of like this, I would definitely go for it. I think it could be a really fun, just like, I don't know what I would make. I feel like a lighter weight shirt sweater, like kind of like the everyday loop blouse, but something, I don't know. I just have this vision, like that could be really cool. Like I kind of want to look like I just rolled out of a swamp. And yeah, if I find something like that, if it calls to me, if it's the perfect yarn, I might do it, but who knows. And then also I really would love to make mittens and socks this year. I think that's like my goal, is to work on a pair of colorwork socks. I've been really inspired by a lot of knitters who are making socks these days. And I want to get on that train. We'll see. If I find something good, I want to go for it. I did make a list of like things I'd be looking for. I think I might want to make another sweater for John. I don't know. I feel like I have a large stack of patterns. Some of them I've made, some of them I'm waiting for the right time to make. But who knows? I don't really have a huge plan. I kind of am just gonna go on whim, which might not be the best decision. But I also think sometimes that like, you gotta just feel the vibe of the yarn and then figure out what it wants to be. Maybe that's not the best decision making, but it's gonna be great. I remember last year there was a vendor who had these beautiful like quilt, like fanny packs and bags. And I considered getting one of the fanny pack things. And I mentioned before, there's a woman who has these really beautiful baskets that I think I would get one. But I'm really excited just to be inspired by other knitters. and I think it's going to be a really fun trip. I'm really looking forward to it. And so this is kind of related to Rhinebeck, but more to the knitting and fiber art community. I mentioned before that I started like I call it the Fiber Flock. It's like a little knitting club, and we meet every other Tuesday, and usually we meet outside, or once the weather gets bad, we have like an indoor space that we meet. But on this past Tuesday, we met at my house and we had like a little fall party. So it was a soup potluck and bonfire, which is where the smoke smell from my sweater came from. We knit around the bonfire. We had like food and snacks, and also we had a yarn swap, which was really cool. Just a table full of all of our yarns that we're not using anymore. And everybody got to pick stuff that they liked and left stuff that they didn't want anymore. And I collected everything afterward, and I'm going to donate it to a local school that just started their own fiber club. So they're looking for supplies, and we're donating everything there, which was super cool. I think I want to do more stuff like this. I think it's just like so fun to get a group of people together who like knitting and talking about their projects, and it's just been like such a wonderful outlet. And a lot of the people I've kind of gathered because of the coffee shop that I work at. Most of the people are folks that I've seen knitting just at the cafe, and I like go up to them and say like, what are you making? And like, I have a knitting club or a fiber arts club, do you want to join it? And then like we share contact info, and it's just been like a way to kind of push me out of my comfort zone and talk to people. Like, that's really hard sometimes, and I've been really finding it healthy to do and like push myself to do, because now there's over 50 members in the club, which is huge, and it just feels really good. Yeah, feels really good, and I'm just feeling really happy to have met such a great group of people. And some of them are going to Reinbeck this year too, so we all made a plan to like meet up and knit together on the hill or somewhere. We'll meet up, and it's gonna be just really, really fun. I always enjoy just spending time around like-minded people, and my second Rhinebeck experience is gonna be a good one, and I'm really, really, really looking forward to some time off of work and some time with my pals, some time surrounded by yarn. We're gonna just be like last year when Kim and I got back from the festival, we just like surrounded ourselves with our yarn purchases, and just like I felt like a little dragon with my hoard of treasures. So we're gonna do that for sure, and it's gonna be wonderful, and I'm really just excited to see what happens next. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy these, and I hope that you come back for more in the future, and yeah, see you next time. Bye.